Wow, again with the... Oh, you got... Oh, yeah.
I don't think anything came out of mine.
It did.
Did it?
Yeah, it's just quick.
Oh,
it's just
right.
quick. You'll have to watch it back slow
I'm
motion.
watch
Anyway...
watch back into a freeze frame of the stuff coming out as proof, because I'm not convinced.
Merry Impmas!
It's
Yay!
Christmas.
Christmas.
Imp.
No rehearsal for that.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody, or festive seasonal greetings
Happy
as well.
Holidays. Yes. Is that generic enough?
Yeah, is that bland? We watered it down enough.
Covers everything.
Yes, this is the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter, and this fine fellow of a man is Julian. The Julester.
Julester for 2018.
Is that you changing your name then?
No,
is that your rapper name?
Try. I might catch on.
We never know. This is MC Julester in the house, in the studio. And we are doing a 2017 Christmas special for the Bottled Imp. And we did one last year where we watched a film.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was, I can't remember what it was now.
What film did we watch? It would have been a Christmassy themed fantasy extravaganza.
Yeah.
What was it?
I can't remember. Oh no, I do remember.
Was
I can't
it
remember
a
what it was
Trolls
called.
thing?
No, it was all about, it was Krampus, wasn't it?
Oh, Krampus.
It was
okay.
Krampus. I think it was just called Krampus.
Horror sort of thing.
Yeah, check that one out.
Check it out.
We thoroughly enjoyed that.
There should be a little thing that comes up where you can click on it and watch that exciting show.
Well,
we thought we'd do another one because they're so successful.
Exactly. Well, no, it's just an excuse just to drink and have some mince pies.
Yeah.
Got some mince pies. Woo. Yay! And they're vegetarian.
Excellent, as all things should be.
Yeah, even meat. That should be vegetarian as well. What else have we got going on today? We're going to do a film. We're going to watch a film.
We're going to watch a film, then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little chat at film, maybe even give a little present. I don't know how much this table. You can see it's a lovely spread on this table. We're going to in a minute. We're going to announce what film we're going to watch. Yeah. I don't know what it is. You probably know what it is because you had to actually go and get it.
I did. I do know what it is
and put it there. So I don't know what it is. So you know, will I be happy? Will I be sad? Let's hope.
We all know you're going to. We all know you're going to be sad.
Then what we do is we watch it and then we talk about it afterwards.
Yay! Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you want to? We got a few presents.
Oh, we got presents.
Yeah. Should we do presents?
Oh, okay.
All right then. Don't get too excited.
Luckily, I've got you a present.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
You should get very excited.
Well, you got two. You look. Okay. I've got. Well,
you're always so generous, so I went to town.
Yeah.
Don't give me two that you haven't pre-got me to just by finding something in the bag.
I got you a mince pie.
Oh, thank you. That's lovely. I'll have that while we watch the film with a quaffy.
So, would you want to go first then?
I'll give you this
because
this is really special.
This looks very
beautifully wrapped up.
Yeah.
It's beautifully wrapped up.
I like this. Look at this. What is this? Oh, hello. Is this rude?
I hope not. It's a bit wrong.
I'm liking the texture.
There, look at that. Something silly.
Oh, it's a Bottled Imp. Look at that. I like that.
It's a bit rubber. Don't open that.
Oh no, shall I let him out?
I did.
Look, I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe we'll have to take a picture of it.
That took a few guys and didn't really work out. In my head, that looked much better. It had a back to it and everything, but it didn't really work. I saw this and thought of you.
It's very realistic, like the Bottled Imp, isn't it?
It's quite a nice little...
crystal.
Obviously, it's real diamond crystal thing. It's not a screw top, you just pull it. It's a bung. You don't drink spirits.
No. Would you put spirits?
Hang on.
I'll put vinegar in it.
I'll sink that up. So there you go. There's just a little thing. Do with it what you will.
Yeah. It was a bit rude. No, it wasn't rude. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, I'll give you this one.
Ah.
I didn't know you were going to get...
God, I'm glad you didn't put your spittle on the back, because that is quite gross.
I did, but it came out.
Maybe the driest spittle in town. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's cardboard folded in half with some print on the front.
It's a novelty gift.
Yeah, let's just check the envelope. You should always check the envelope in case the tenner's fallen out of the card. No. Merry Impmas, Julian, Zara, Jade and Casper, the whole family. Christmas wishes, may the festive joy be with you always. Ken and Kelton.
That's my son.
That's your made-up son, isn't it?
It is my
imaginary son.
Yeah.
Okay, Thank you very much.
You know
Thank you. I didn't get your card because I actually don't do cards.
I know.
Not really ever an intentional thing. Just slowly wean down doing cards now.
It is a hassle.
And I support the forests, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
So this is a mix. Paper from recycling. So you kind of do a little bit accidentally.
Yeah, it was an accidental purchase.
Thank you very much.
That's quite alright.
Cards just get thrown away, don't they? You have them, you get thrown away. They're a little bit environmentally
I keep
friendly.
Mine.
You keep every card you've ever...
I think so.
From special people, I keep them. Oh, that came out really bad.
We'll keep that one then.
Is that my present?
Well, I didn't know I was going to get 2 now, so it kind of was to balance it out.
That's not,
I was going to give you that off camera.
This wasn't really. This was a mere £30 or something. That's just a stocking filler. It's nothing important. The thing is with you, Ken, is that one has to go to your wish list. You know what's on your wish list.
That's true.
It's all very fantasy related, and I sort of feel like Christmas I should get you something just a bit different, non-fancy, something you really want. Why, for a Christmas time you can drop this fantasy fandom and have a present for you, like I don't know, something. Anyway, there you go.
This is a gorgeous book. Look at this, medieval monsters. Fantastic. Look at the scripture. Look, there's even Yoda.
Oh look, that is Yoda. Holy crap! They copied.
They just ripped. Look at all this, all the medieval scriptures and the calligraphy. This is gorgeous. I know you can't really see a lot of this. Maybe you'll do a review of it.
Yeah. Whatever I give you ultimately is content for the channel.
Look at that.
Look at that! Wow! Look at that fairy and
devil thing.
Yeah, there you
go. Look at that. There's a lot. See, in the Bible, there is a lot of fantasy creatures. There's a lot of fantasy, people in there as well. There's a lot of fantasy stuff. Who knows? I do want to do the Bible as a fantasy novel. Controversial, especially around Christmas. Anyway, thank you so much. That's gorgeous.
There we go.
British Library, if anybody wants to know who the publisher is. Yes. Thank you so much. And I got you this.
Wow.
It's
broken it. You just broke it already. Didn't even get a chance to play with it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can sort of see through it a little bit. It looks interesting. It's nice handwriting of my name.
Yeah. I paid a lot of money for that.
It doesn't say.
The seal's broken a little bit. Back.
No.
That. It's in my bag.
Well, I'm gonna.
Got a seal. I got a.
But I'm going to break it.
Show the seal. Show that it's very important.
I'll be out of focus. It's one of those Taskmaster things.
Taskmaster?
Yeah, if you watch Taskmaster, you know what to work. But it's going to break when I do this anyway. Shall I open it?
I know, but it's nice
to see. Actually, no, it won't. Because I'm going to do this.
Oh, you can do it that way. Yeah.
That would have been lovely.
And very kind of maybe is a foreshadowing. You're going to love this.
Would this be your gift from Amazon hasn't arrived yet?
I wouldn't say that. Right. It's more my gift from Amazon was never ordered.
Oh, right. Did you forget? Ooh. Oh, a gift. Well, we were just talking about this. Thank you.
Which when you said that off camera, we were talking about presents. He goes, I don't know what to get people nowadays. And he goes, I just kind of want an Amazon gift voucher.
Because I don't. I don't need anything. I don't really want anything. The stuff I sort of want or need is probably super expensive.
I know, that Ferrari. Not getting any of that. But the thing
actually, at some point, I'll need a book or something off Amazon.
Well, this was it.
Lovely, thank you.
This covered both things because it was actually my lack of preparation.
Right.
I did run out of time.
Whereas I was super organised and even did some craftiness.
Yeah.
Which obviously takes time. Thank you. No, that's very generous. Because the trouble is with the gift vouchers, you can see exactly how much someone spent on it.
I know. And the thing is, but look, I spent time cutting out.
Yeah, you kind of spent
like
time.
A snowflake.
Sort of spent time on that.
Yeah.
It's a bit frightening.
And the other thing was, I didn't just leave you with that, going, well, what do I do? No, I put the terms and conditions in as well.
There's terms and conditions to this gift.
Conditions. Oh yeah.
Right.
When you can redeem it.
This money must be spent on something that Ken can also enjoy. Yeah, can only be redeemed by going to Ken's wish list. Oh, very good.
But look, you've got a bit of time.
Expires 19th December 2027.
Yeah. So if you're undecided,
thank you.
That's quite all right.
That's lovely. I'm going to put
that there. I do need to forward you the email though.
Oh, do you?
Well, no, because you've got the code on the back.
Yeah.
But if you want, you can just click it through.
Oh right, okay.
It's up to you. You can put the code in.
Thank you very much. That is useful. But I intentionally, when I stripped back my wish list, I kept a few things on there because I thought Ken often goes to the wish list to get me something. So I'll keep a couple of things that I'll be happy to receive.
Ran out of time.
For
your birthday.
We should get on with this because this has probably been running. I haven't even been timing this.
About 15 minutes already.
I hope it's still running.
So there we go. Oh yes, we got the right. So the film we're going to see now is. You ready? This is.
Are you going to reveal it to me?
Yeah, Mint's Box of Delights.
We're going to watch. He was going to bring 2 just in case I'd seen it or didn't like the look of it. We're stuck with this, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Saint. It's Christmassy.
It does look Christmassy because there's snowfall on the front.
Yeah.
It also looks horror-ish, which is Ken's new favourite genre.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It looks like. So I don't know anything about it. Julian, have you seen it?
No.
I know I bought it.
First impression, it looks bloody terrible.
I know. I know. Well, no, actually.
Why should you judge a book by its colour?
Look, it's Zombie Santa. What's not to love?
Because it doesn't look very mainstream. I don't recall it ever being on at the cinema.
No, this is an 18.
Yeah.
So I guess that already restricts the audience.
But you could release 18s at the cinema. But
no. As in, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, of course, right.
But good, because I don't like this Pomps thing about with 15 certificates. I want 18 certificates now.
And look, you got Santa riding a horse jumping over a house.
Looks. Well, all we can do is watch it and report back. Exactly. Shall we do that?
Let's do that. But before we do, we've got. Oh, we need 2 though, don't we?
Okay. You're going to punch yourself in the face, aren't you?
Probably. Woo! Oh, double winner! Wasn't expecting that.
Should we see them on the other side?
See them on the other side.
Nou, ik zie jullie morgen. Tenminste, als jullie er dan nog zijn. Doei.
Wat bedoelt ze met als jullie er dan nog zijn?
Het is vanavond volle maan. Het komt maar eens in de 32 jaar voor dat volle maan op 5 december valt.
Ja, nou, volgens de legende komt Sinterklaas je halen als het volle maan is op 5 december.
Kijk, pas je wel op voor wie je vanavond de deur open doet? Voor je het weet is het een slecht heilig man.
Ik schrok me dood.
Zijn je ouders thuis?
Hoezo?
Mag ik je hem vast een cadeautje geven?
Ja.
Ik ben bang. Timmy, Sinterklaas bestaat niet. Dat heb ik je al 100 keer uitgelegd.
We moeten wat doen als politie. Wij zijn er om de burgers te beschermen.
Verbod op alle Sinterklaasactiviteiten.
Iedereen denkt dat hij jarig is, maar hij is gestorven op 5 december. Hij is gruwelijk vermoord en nu komt hij terug om wraak te nemen.
Pakjesavond is leuk, maar je krijgt altijd zoveel rommel die je niet nodig hebt.
We gaan er allemaal aan!
Sinterklaas kapoentje. Gooi wat in mijn schoentje. Gooi wat in mijn laarsje. Happy Sinterklaasje.
Ik had me toch een hele andere Sinterklaasavond voorgesteld.
And we're back in the room. There it is. Well, we've never left the room, but obviously you did because we watched the film. Yes, we watched Saint, or as I like to call it, Saint. And I just realised it says Santa's coming to slay.
Oh,
very clever.
Santa's coming to slay.
Yeah,
not stay. Slay.
Yeah, fast-paced, gory, and highly entertaining, according to horrortalk.com. But before we go any further, probably slightly more interesting. This is what you got in the cracker.
This is what was in the cracker.
What's that meant to be?
I'm not passing any kind of comment, but I think it's some kind of contraceptive device.
I was going to say cookie cutter.
Oh, it could be.
But we're not in America.
No.
Because we would say biscuit.
Leave that to your imagination.
Biscuit cutter.
What that's all about.
Yes. So there we go. So I did actually, I don't normally do this, I decided that we would print out, I went to Wikipedia, that fount of knowledge. So I got some information.
About this movie?
It, yeah. So it says here, Sint. I was slightly confused because I didn't know anything about it. Directed by Dick Mass. Yeah. Produced by, that's not meant to be funny. Produced by Tom Del Mol and Dick Mass. Written by Dick Mass, so he's obviously...
written and directed. We like written and directed by, don't we?
Music also by Dick Mass.
So it's sing the theme tune, play the theme tune,
yeah,
write
exactly.
the theme tune.
Starring Herb Stepper.
But I like a film that's often, writer, director, whatever, because it tends to be a sort of little low budget indie film. It tends to be quite clever because you've written it, you've directed it.
Have a guess when it was made?
Oh, yeah, interesting. Well, I'm going to guess about, where are we now? 2010-ish. 28.
No, stop right there. 31st of October 2010.
There you go.
Boom, you're spot on.
Yeah.
Don't know why they released it in October though. That's slightly
That was when it was
bizarre.
made, so then it probably came out.
Release date.
Oh, it was released in October.
In
time?
hang
31st
on.
October, so beginning November.
2010 at the Razor Reel Fantastic Film Festival.
Okay, so they got it out and then it
November the 11th, 2010 in Netherlands.
Yeah.
So it is a Netherlands.
So what
it's a
we
Dutch
didn't realise,
film.
it was a Dutch film, so it very quickly became apparent that we were going to be reading for the next 2 hours, hour and a half,
which we like,
which is all right for a good film.
Yeah,
it's you don't mind subtitled film, but
no, I like subtitled.
When we're sitting having our Christmas party, I'd rather just watch it and switch off, and we chat throughout it, don't we? You drink.
I did
18 bottles of Hobgoblin,
4.5% proof.
Wolf.
This is Hobgoblin. This is limited edition, I think, gilt edged.
Wow.
Not limited edition. No, it's just gold.
So it's got a little munchkin with an axe going around chopping people's heads off. So it's quite appropriate.
Munchkin.
Okay, so little creature.
Hobgoblin.
I'm just referencing it to this movie.
Yes. So it's similar to that. But also, let's have a look. It's a dark comedy, which didn't really know, about Sinterklaas, who is the character with Anglo-Saxon Santa Claus is based. So we've taken Santa Claus from Sinterklaas, which I did know because I remember we did 3 years ago a sort of look at what Christmas, the origins of Christmas.
Check out that show.
Yes. And it was, which he gained acclaim. Okay, so the director did a debut film in 1983 called The Lift, which I'm assuming is The Lift, and Amsterdam'd in 1988.
Clever.
Yeah. So the plot. What should we say about the plot then? Let's set the scene. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. It's sort of, I don't know, in broadest terms, it was a sort of a Christmas creature coming to lay havoc once every full moon on the 5th of December or something, was it? 5th of December?
5th of December, because because
that's
in some European countries that is the day
St. Nicholas
that
is
arrives.
supposedly different to Santa Claus and all that, isn't it? It's in German.
Yeah, it says it on December the 5th, 1492. A gang led by former Bishop Nicholas is killed by villagers who refuse to put up with the gang's looting and killing any longer. In years which the gang's death date coincides with the full moon, they return as murderous ghosts. So every time there's a full moon on the 5th of December, they'll come back to that village, or that town now, I guess, Amsterdam, and they just kill and slaughter and pillage. That's the premise. So obviously it started off in 1492, you saw all of that at the beginning, and then it fast forwards to 1968, where we see a family that it's all nice and they're going to have their Christmas and it's going well, and then suddenly this St. Nicholas guy turns up, zombie Santa with his creature friends, and they murder the family apart from one boy. Then we fast forward to the present day, which I guess is whatever year you're watching it in, and the guy now is sort of nearer 50 now, I guess, or however many, 68.
Yeah, he's grown up and he's a policeman, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's sort of in 40, and he's a police officer. Yeah, and he's always maintained this story that his family was murdered by Santa Claus, and of course nobody believes him. And the police actually pin the murder on a homeless person, but we find all of that out later on. So as a premise, I quite like that idea. I thought it was good, and I really enjoyed the opening bit. I really enjoyed the fact that it was set in 1492, and I thought they did that really well.
It was all right, yeah.
It created enough atmosphere.
What it was,
yeah. Yeah, not excited by it.
It was like,
The big thing that we both felt, the focusing not on the character that we thought we were going to focus on, not focusing on the boy. What's his name? I can't remember.
Screenplay wise, it was a little bit. I mean, it wasn't bringing anything new to the table.
No,
I think we first said that. No. It was horror. It was an 18. It was pretty gory.
Yeah,
it was pretty gory. It didn't shy away from arms being chopped off and heads and axes in the face.
Yeah.
So that's it's quite a horror piece.
Yeah. It didn't make us jump though.
No, I think it's so hard to do that anymore. I think that depends.
It
depends.
is.
I don't get scared by movies anymore. I've watched enough horror films and stuff to expect what's going to happen.
But do you feel like it built up any tension?
Not really. Not really. I think it's got to be really clever and sophisticated to do that these days. There was nothing new. I mean, we're jumping to our conclusions, but it's a sort of horror film based on a Christmas character. It was fairly predictable. It was fairly obvious. There wasn't anything clever or twisty or new being brought to the genre to make us go, "What?" It was an excuse for these people to go around and do a bit of slashing.
Yeah,
you knew what was going to happen.
And I think that was my problem with it. I always find if I'm watching something, I just go right back to any genre. If you care about the characters and the characters are well rounded and all of that, then you care about what happens to them, and therefore you do have that jeopardy moment in there. Unfortunately, this is the big thing I think they missed here. The boy, his name was Gert. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was the one that saw his family, back in 1968, saw his family being murdered. So it was just a natural assumption that you would then focus on that as that boy grown up as the main character. And it didn't. It cut straight to then this high school, this school where they're 16, 17 years old, maybe 17, 18. And they're opening presents, and it's all a bit jolly, and that's fine. And then it's just about their kind of relationships a little bit.
Well, we're in modern time, and we're introduced to a new set of protagonists of the film. And we thought initially the young guy was the young guy who grew up, but then we sort of figured out actually that was 1968. He'd be much older than that. So it's not till later we're introduced to this disgruntled, slightly messed up policeman who believes in this thing, and we go, "No, hang on, he's the kid.
He must be the kid."
But they didn't. He wasn't
really in it.
He was underplayed throughout the thing as opposed to the main character. And he's sort of sent away and sort of put on suspension for being a bit crazy. And so he then comes back a bit later, but they don't really use him as the main character. They can't. I don't care about giving spoilers of this film.
No,
don't watch this if you want spoilers. They kind of kill him off in such a sort of weak way that it's not like normally a main character that we've been following from the beginning, and the only one we're sort of invested in because we've seen his backstory. We didn't see the backstory to anyone else because they weren't relevant. And the main young guy in it had no real backstory,
and he was a bit bland.
We didn't really care about him because he didn't have the history with this chap that the main guy did. And so they just sort of because they needed probably a younger, better looking lead protagonist for the film.
And I think that just is. You can understand it, they want to make money and all of that, but then you think, no, but if you stick with your convictions, or maybe they do believe that is the right hero to have, but why not have it? That
was perhaps the twist they were bringing to it, was that the main character you think was going to be through, because that would have been a bit more predictable if he then comes back, then fights
but I would have
the creature.
Enjoyed it more though.
I know, because you follow certain rules for a reason. There's a reason film scripts have certain hooks at certain places and 3-act structures, because that's what you need. And when people break that, the film tends to not work very well. The screenplay doesn't work very well.
It would have been fine. Here's just on the fly. Say Frank, who's this teenage boy that he sort of becomes the main character, say it was his grandparent that happened where his family had, so there was a connection to it, and that he was trying to discover
chatting and not reading some subtitles at some point. There was no backstory to him or his friends.
But he could have been told that he knows about this in his family, and that he wants to find out more.
But in
a
sense, the guy passed the mantle over to him, because the way it sort of ended, in a sense, because it was all a bit of a conspiracy theory, isn't it? It's not necessarily a happy ending in this film. They don't beat the bad guy. There's a thing at the end. They leave it open, and therefore he's now the old police dude to follow, knows the secret, knows the big cover up of this thing that happens every 23 years or whatever.
Yeah, it's
very
weak.
I think it's a weak script. It was really excuse to have some action, some gore, which I thought they did fairly well. I don't know what the budget is. I like the horse running on the roofs and all that. It had a fair amount of. It was constantly snowing, so there must be quite a bit of CGI budget. The galloping horse on the roofs, like Santa and his sledge.
I thought all of that was solid.
Worked well,
I thought the production values were solid. They weren't anything massively spectacular.
It probably didn't have Hollywood star budgets, but I think it had a lot of money.
Yeah, but I think they probably spent it well. Because it all stood up. There wasn't anything. There was a little bit of when the horse was riding on top of the.
But again,
a little bit dodgy, but just
it was made
just half a second.
It was made, But then in modern Avengers movies and Spider-Man, you can sometimes see that that's slightly dubious.
Yeah, no, totally. That's what I'm saying. I thought that whatever money they had, they spent well. It was believable. They and they didn't necessarily skimp on the budget because they had police cars and they had
it was all
boats and
it didn't look cheaply made, did it?
Yeah,
it would have cost a good deal of money.
Yeah,
we're so used to movies costing, 80 million, aren't we? So
it says here reception here. The film met with mixed reviews.
Yeah,
which is kind of what we're saying with an aggregate score of 50% from 9 reviews, with an average of 5.3 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes website. So, yes, here we go. Controversy, like Sean Connery. While children are not permitted to see the film, parental concern arose over the film's poster. Seen in the streets and the lobby in the movie theatre, it shows Sinterklaas with a mutilated face and a malevolent look. Some people were concerned that this could be confusing and frightening for little children that still believe in Sinterklaas. A legal complaint was filed in October 2010, requesting the removal of all posters.
Wow.
In the subsequent court case, director Impmas argued that if parents could make their children believe in Santa Claus existed, they could also inform their children that the man on the poster was not the real Santa Claus. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
The court ruled in favour of Mas, noting that the mutilated was not visible enough on the poster and rejected the complaint.
Oh, God, we live in a society
of
warriors, don't we?
I know.
How ridiculous.
So, the other thing I thought, not controversial, because I wondered about, because I don't watch a lot of horror films, so that was, I thought it was going to be...
That's all going to change next year.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do that. 18. I'm curious about what gets an 18 because I thought it was going to be much more bloodthirsty than it was.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that The Walking Dead, again, I've not seen that.
I kind of judge things now by the fact that The Walking Dead, the TV series The Walking Dead, is on TV, and that's quite full-on gory.
Yeah.
Now, back in my day when I was growing up, watching sort of horror films and films that were subsequently banned and stuff like that, before the banning and the certificate came in, I could go out and get a VHS tape in a rental shop, and you, as a kid, and now it would be banned, or well, not now.
Get your bag of sweets.
It got banned,
Get Driller Killer.
So now The Walking Dead has gore and violence and stuff in there. So I think The Walking Dead's a 15. I don't know. I think it's a 15.
Maybe it's
I don't know
15,
what it is.
yeah.
But that's a TV series. That's just on telly. It's not like you have to get go to a cinema with your parents or even be over 18 to go see it. So to get an 18 certificate, there wasn't any sex in it. There wasn't any nudity in it. So I thought that may make it an 18.
There was a back shot right at the end.
Back shot right at the end. But it was fairly gory, not massively gory, like a proper slasher, full-on gore-fest movie.
Well, I thought the slaughter...
It was quite comic book gore, but it was quite...
But it was still fairly
lots
realistic.
Of things through the head, and stuff like that.
Decapitations. But I think maybe one of the... I don't know enough about it, but maybe the main thing was the fact that the children get killed in the first sort of 10 minutes, don't they?
There's
the 1968...
Yeah, but again, that's not gory or gratuitous. That's
children
being whisked off. Screen,
but the topic, one of them kind of falls down. But just that as a subject matter, killing children. But is that still a taboo in films?
I think they would have. If that gave it an 18, and the filmmaker, because an 18 will sometimes cause problems with distribution and getting enough of an audience into a film. So I think the director would have checked that bit out if that's all that was going to cause the thing. Just to get a wider view. So it would be interesting. We need to do some research into that.
We're not
all right in the comments below if you understand how the certificate thing works.
We can look it up on. We'll look it up for next time on the BBFC if that's what it is. British Film.
It is a certain amount of things. I know there's a certain amount. You could use certain swear words a certain amount of times before it will rank up to a different certificate, isn't it? If it's a 12, then a 15. I remember.
Contains strong violence and one strong sexual image. What was the one strong sexual image?
That probably would have been
the back shot.
The back shot at the end, which wasn't.
Well, there was a slight side boob.
Or there was some dildos at the beginning.
There was.
You've got to watch it to find out more about that.
That was an interesting, because it's all set in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But there was an obligatory walk through.
It was a jokey.
The Americans as well walking through there.
I thought they were going to get.
I thought they were going to. Yeah.
It was a strange screenplay, and I think that is another example of a writer director. Maybe I don't know how much he's done before or whatever. He's written it, he's directed
done a few.
There's a reason that sometimes screenwriters write screenplays and directors direct stuff, because writing a screenplay and making it a proper honed, slick thing that works is a really difficult thing to do. Which is why there are so many crap films and not very good, really, really good films.
Yeah.
It's rare a good plot-driven, clever film that is original comes along. Very few.
Well, it's to do with. I guess it's originality is one thing. But like you say,
well crafted.
Yeah, a well crafted story that does follow the sort of
the rules
what works.
Of screenplay, yeah.
But the clever thing about it is that you don't see that they're following the rules, if you sort of mean. It's all
you need
very
to be a
well
bit clever now,
crafted.
don't you? Yeah.
And I guess with a horror, because I'm not into horror as such, and I haven't seen that many, I don't know all the tropes and all the cliches in it. So now it must be nigh on impossible to write a horror
I think
film.
it's hard to reinvent a horror film, and I keep referring to that one which I will sit and watch. That I think, and I'm not an expert anymore. I don't sit and watch all the horror films that come out. But I thought people said watch this film, which we'll do a show about, because it does take the sort of teenagers going off to the woods, saying a genre, and slightly twist it on its head.
Well, because you've got Into the Woods. No,
into the Woods. Yeah.
That's coming up soon.
Has that not been out yet?
No.
Is that an episode that we've got to out? No, well, I can't even remember.
Was it Cabin Fever?
It's not Cabin Fever. That was a terrible.
Cabin.
Well, it was called Cabin in the Woods, I think. But I wasn't going to mention that because we were going to just do it and say it. But yeah, I think we need to have a rewatch of it. I remember thinking, oh,
that's
okay,
clever. That's good.
I don't want to, I mean, it's taking some worn out genre and try and do it, and it's hard to do that with horror.
But I just think, again, at the very basics, even if you're trying not to be original, because it is difficult to be original, go for characterization then, and then out of the characterization comes the plot, and try and make the plot as believable as possible. And this wasn't too much of an issue in this film.
Well, you say believable as possible. You see, I have to probably disagree on things having to be believable all the time, because we're talking about fantasy, we're talking about horror. We're talking about
but what I mean,
this doesn't have to be believable. No. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a guy riding a horse on the roof.
No, let me explain that. No, but but they've set that up as a premise that can happen. What I mean by believable is, and I must work this out properly, because whenever I talk about this, I can never express it properly. Things like, things like this. This is meant. Okay, so let's do a scene. Right. This is real life. This is not fantasy. This is meant to be like EastEnders. It's meant to be a soap. Okay. So it's like, "Cool, blimey, Gov. Look at you. Oh, what are you doing here?"
Believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you come back with.
Do you have an actor written on your CV?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then you do your bit.
I go, top of the morning to you, Governor.
Right, and I go, hang on, my cup's phoning me. Hang on. Hello? Yeah, I'd like to. That's what I mean by believable. You've still got to have procedures that work within the realms of what you've set up. So, for example, if I said, quickly, call the police. Yeah, hello, I'd like the police, please. And then knock, the police come in the door, literally within 2 minutes. That's not believable, because we know that the police might say, yes, can you just hold, please? Yeah, can you... Yeah, okay, we'll send someone round. It might be 3 or 4 hours. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, I know that's just a minor thing, but if enough of those are broken, then you sort of go, nah.
But so what in here, and we're running out of time drastically. So there wasn't
a lot of.
I look at my phone because I've got a timer on it. People just think I'm
looking on Facebook,
looking at text messages.
He's bored of it. Okay, there wasn't a massive amount on there. The only thing
I don't think anything in there was.
No. This is just
movie. You've also got to you've got to sometimes suspension of disbelief, because a movie needs to move forward. And
I do.
I think you have a problem with little things happening in films because you can't let them go.
No, but I don't mind that. But that's what I'm saying. As long as they've done it in the realms of how they've set it up, do you know what I mean? In that, my only concern is, and this is because we don't live in a country where police regularly have guns, where police have.
It wasn't a problem for me at all.
It's just people whipping out their guns left, right, and centre. And I think, I wonder if I did live in Amsterdam, whether or not that happens. If it does, fair enough, and it's just my lack of knowledge.
What you're saying is, because the point that happened was the guy who was a policeman, and he had been sent on.
Yeah, I can understand
He'd been suspended. He's losing the plot a bit. He's got a boat full of dynamite to try and block this thing, and he's.
Oh no, not.
And he pulls out his gun, so he's saying, "Get off my boat."
Yeah.
I think the guy's losing the plot. He's a little bit unhinged.
Okay, not that bit. But it was the other cop, who it seemed a bit. All the cops are a bit cliched, where they're all just rude.
Right, they're all a bit.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are nice cops.
Have you ever watched The Sweeney? You've got to sit and watch The Sweeney.
I've watched The Sweeney.
Watch The Sweeney.
I know, all right. Not a face.
That's what badass, grungy cops are like.
I know,
bad cops. They're all on the take. They're doing this. They pull their gun out if you just look at them wrong.
I've watched Life on Mars.
That's all. Yeah, there you go.
No, I know.
They're not all nice pieces. They're not bobbies walking down the street like in the old Dickensian style, where you live in your East End land.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If I was just wondering, if we lived in a country where guns were kind of readily available, how often somebody would pull a gun It just in real life anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah, we come from a country where you pull a gun and suddenly you'd be taken to jail. You just can't do that, you know.
So it's just curious. But that's a very much...
But it's also a movie and there's all sorts of shit going down.
I do get that.
They're all, you know...
But there still is that... I'm just saying, not so much in this one. Not so much in this one. But...
I'm so going to pull a gun next time I'm in an episode. I mean, just randomly.
Don't, because the police will be here in 2 minutes' time.
Anyway, we've been wittering on for about 22 minutes.
So overall, did you enjoy it? What did you think?
Okay, I thought it was going to be blooming terrible. It wasn't blooming terrible. It wasn't in any way great. It was entertaining for a bit, got a bit boring. It didn't... it wasn't a Hollywood ending and stuff, so I kind of give them credit for having that. They didn't wrap it all up. Yeah. But it didn't really need to be made. But then I'm quite a harsh critic, I think. I want films to be... And I know we're picking films that are probably going to be... straight to DVD, a bit bargain bucket.
I'm just doing the thing about it, as in...
Fancy it's Christmas.
Can you watch a film without knowing anything about it and sort of still enjoy it? It works both ways, because you might... Sometimes films get really
Well, I do that all the time. I always go to films and I try not to know anything about it. And I try and find films and indie film stuff. But obviously we've got a niche, because it's got to be Christmassy and it's got to be fantasy. So trying to find... we haven't got an unlimited supply of good movies to watch. Most of them are going to be shit. We might find the odd... Well, I just think they are.
I would say, this was better than
there's only a handful of those films that exist anyway.
Yeah.
Christmas-based, so we're going to run out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought, again, with the critics
we've seen worse, but I wouldn't...
Yeah. I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be. And it is one of those films that if you like the horror genre, and I think, and it's sort of
gore
on
in it, but there are better horror films out there with gore in it. If you love Christmas and gore, then it's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, and it is one of those things that if it's like 11 o'clock at night and you've had a few drinks and you kind of go, well, what's on telly? And that was on telly.
And you're good at reading while drunk, because it's subtitles, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that made, if it was just a Hollywood film, I would have marked it down. But it kind of, a foreign film has a slight feeling about it that straight away gives it a bit more art house credibility for some reason. That's just us. It's just a foreign. You have to read it. You got to.
Well, I think Rare Exports. We did an Imp chat on Rare Exports, and that is a really good film. I really liked that. I thought that to me is probably our best film that we've watched, especially in the Christmas genre.
Yeah.
And it started off feeling like that.
Did feel a bit like that.
And then it went. Do you know what? I guess maybe because I'm a little bit, because it's fantasy. I would have preferred it if they kept it in 1492.
See, I'm quite pleased it went modern time. I don't know why, but then that's it. You love fantasy much more. You would have probably loved that. I think I might have got a little bit more bored, and it's really good. Yeah,
and I love all that, and they could have brought magic into it.
I like bringing this to the modern day, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because then you could have had the villagers rising up, and then whatever.
But the thing was, the story, it needed to go somewhere. That was the backstory. It needed to go somewhere. If it stayed in that period, it would have been even more just sort of almost generic, just a monster of that time.
But that's an interesting point. Then it becomes to window dressing, doesn't it? I prefer films that are not necessarily set in modern day, mainly because of the aesthetics. I kind of like seeing a medieval village and medieval stuff, and it all being clinky and clanky.
But I would imagine the selling point on this is sort of medieval monster creatures in modern day, whatever. And there's a bit of a hook and a thing.
And I guess some people think if it's in modern day, then it could happen here. It could happen here, so it's maybe more frightening. I don't know.
We've got to wrap it up because we've been rolling for 25 minutes. This is a long old.
Well, got to wrap it up because it's Christmas.
It's Christmas time. Have a good Christmas,
there you
everybody.
Go. Yes, I'm just going to do this.
May you get all the vouchers you are.
That was a loud one.
That was loud. I wasn't even expecting that.
Whoever packed the gunpowder.
Yeah.
Is it gunpowder?
See you in the new year.
Yes. Have we got anything else to say? No?
See you in the new year.
We've got a Facebook group if you want to check that out. It's called the Bottled Imp Fellowship.
Subscribe to our channel. More importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, it's all about pecking order, Ken. You've got to put the YouTube channel beyond everything else. All
right then, subscribe to my bank account.
Facebook group's all there, you know about all that, but please subscribe to the channel because
subscribe to
watching
YouTube
is
channel.
Great, but if you subscribe, it helps us and it allows us to carry on producing shows.
Exactly, and more importantly as well, if you subscribe, you will definitely get notified
hopefully,
of when our
YouTube
videos
works
go out.
in a weird way.
Whereas if you don't, you might miss us, although we do come out every Friday. There you go. And and also, we do have a PayPal donation account as well. So if you want to go to thebottledimp.com, search for Support Us, and you can go there and find that. And we do put our episodes up onto the website as well, some of them anyway, sort of the highlights, to link us back to the YouTube channel. We're just rambling now.
I'm trying to wrap it up because the camera's going to stop recording all by itself, and this has been a waste of time.
What else are we doing?
Nothing. We just need to wrap it up.
Well, there we go.
Have a good New Year.
Yeah, Merry Impmas, and may the magic flow through you always. Until next time. Yeah, not like that. Happy New Year, and remember to keep it unreal, especially if you're Santa Claus.